This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you so much for starting your day the Kentucky way with us here on WKYT. I'm Andrea Walker.
We're just so excited it's Friday.
I know.
We know you are as well. I'm Bill Bryant. Here we are on November 4th with the weekend on the way, and our time right now is 6 a.m.
Kentucky is now under a state of emergency as wildfires continue burning across the state. How officials are fighting the flames just ahead.
Also this morning, it has been 1 year to the day since Richmond police officer Daniel Ellis was shot and killed in the line of duty. And today, his fellow officers will be holding a very special tribute in his honor.
And Louisville Sluggers commemorative bats honoring the Chicago Cubs World Series victory are rolling off the assembly line. Find out how you can get your hands on one coming up.
Well, summer has stretched on, but it finally feels like
it's
fall
over.
out there.
Finally, yes. I was talking about it earlier this morning on WKYT this morning that we've had in the past 33 days since October 1st, 25 of those days have been above 70 degrees. So it's been extremely nice. It just hasn't felt really like November or really at all like fall. Now, it will in the next several days, I promise you that. You'll see that in your 7-day forecast. Things are looking good this morning. We're in the 40s and 50s. That cool air trying to sink southbound. Jackson, Harlan, Williamsburg, you guys aren't feeling it just yet, but central and northern zones, you absolutely are. We're at 46 now in Mount Sterling, and as we get into your afternoon, roughly 60 degrees. That coat will be needed. Grab that for the kiddos as they head out to the bus stop, because they'll need it this afternoon too, but mostly sunny skies will prevail. So there's some good news. We'll talk about your weekend forecast. We'll look at the UGA and UK game. The forecast for that looks really good, but it's going to be pretty chilly. I'll have that coming out.
The one where Kentucky's going to get bowl eligible, right?
That's right. That's exactly right, buddy.
Thank you, Micah. Let's get to the news here this morning.
Today marks the 1-year anniversary since Richmond police officer Daniel Ellis was shot in the line of duty.
Police say Officer Ellis was shot while investigating a robbery, and he died 2 days later. This morning, Richmond police will be holding a moment of silence for their fallen officer. Our Michelle Chamberlain is at the WKYT Alert Desk with details.
Yeah, Ellis's call for help came in at 10:36 in the morning on this day last year. This morning, at that same time, there will be a moment of silence here in front of the Richmond Police Department to honor Officer Daniel Ellis. Officers will line their cars up in front of the department as a call goes out at 10:36 this morning. Officer Ellis's wife, Katie, says this last year has been tough, but she is determined to keep her husband's legacy alive through the Daniel Ellis Foundation, which has helped many families. Katie believes Daniel would be proud to know the impact he left behind. She says seeing his badge number or a blue ribbon hanging are daily reminders that her husband will never be forgotten.
It's just like a little sign, you know, that he's still there and everyone still really cares.
Now also on Sunday, Ellis will be honored during the 6th annual Turkey Bowl flag football game between Richmond police officers and firefighters. To get more information on the game or to see how you can donate to the Daniel Ellis Foundation, go to our website, WKYT.com. Andrea, Bill.
All right, thank you. And it has been interesting to see how that community has pulled behind that family and helped them be strong in all of this. Our time this morning is 6:03 on WKYT.
A state of emergency. That's how serious the wildfire situation in southeastern Kentucky has now become.
Governor Matt Bevin declared the state of emergency to give local officials immediate access to more state resources. One of the largest wildfires is in Pike County in the Shelby-Anna neighborhood.
When you're surrounded on all sides, it's very scary. You have no place to go except through it.
Whenever the wind picks up, you just can't do anything with it. All you see is just flames and smoke.
The Kentucky National Guard has been activated to help fight the wildfires. They are fighting the fires by air using a helicopter carrying 600 gallons of water. This is the first time wildfires have led to a state of emergency in Kentucky in 15 years.
And in Whitley County, firefighters think some of those fires were set on purpose. The largest was on Tackett Road south of Williamsburg. Kentucky forestry officials say that fire is mostly now out. At this point, investigators aren't sure who set the fires. And firefighters say thankfully no property was damaged.
And in Perry County, firefighters are trying to contain fires that are burning close to several homes. Crews are working day and night to try to control the flames. We're told the National Guard has not been sent into Perry County just yet, but workers keep arriving in the county from other areas every day to try to help out. 14 Kentucky counties have now issued outdoor burn bans. You can find the list of those right now on WKYT.com. You can also keep up with this developing story on your phone by downloading the WKYT News app. Well, almost a week after 2 pedestrians were hit and killed in Lexington, we finally gotten our hands on the driver's arrest citation, and there's some new evidence there.
Suzanne Whitlow has been in the hospital since Saturday's crash that killed a UK employee and a detective with the Louisville Police Department. WKYT's Lauren Miner picked up Whitlow's arrest citation overnight. Lauren, what new details do we know this morning?
Good morning, Andrea. Well, that arrest citation is right here in my hand, and in the citation, it states that Whitlow admitted to drinking multiple vodka and cranberries before the accident. It also states that Whitlow drove up onto the sidewalk and hit the 2 men. Whitlow had been in the hospital since early Saturday morning when police say she hit and killed UK employee Timothy Moore and Louisville detective Jason Schweitzer on South Upper Street. A jail spokesperson says Whitlow was booked into the Fayette County Jail yesterday around 4 p.m., but then taken back to the hospital for more medical care. She is still considered an inmate, though, while in the hospital. Lexington police have charged Whitlow with 2 counts of second-degree manslaughter and 1 count of DUI. Even though Whitlow was taken back to the hospital, she is scheduled to appear here in district court later on today. Reporting live in Lexington, Lauren Miner, WKYT.
Lauren, thank you very much. 3 men have been sentenced in connection to a deadly shooting at a Clark County apartment complex. Christopher Robinson received 30 years in prison for murder, burglary, and assault. Lamont Wilkerson received 27 years for complicity charges, and Aaron Staley received 25 years for complicity. In 2014, police say the 3 men were robbing people at an apartment when a shot was fired. Investigators say the shot went through the floor and killed Amber Cottle. The case against a 4th suspect, Lillian Barnett, is still pending. Her next hearing is in January.
A Perry County man is facing attempted murder charges after a standoff with police. Police arrived at Joshua Neese's home after he was reportedly firing shots in the Bonnyman community. And that's when they say he began making threats and eventually fired shots at officers. With the use of tear gas, police were eventually able to arrest Neese. We're told no one was injured during that standoff. Well, there's always a Kentucky connection to everything, it seems, and commemorative baseball bats honoring the Chicago Cubs World Series win are rolling off the assembly line here in the Bluegrass State.
Louisville Slugger has been a part of every World Series since the first one back in 1903. The company will offer a limited edition blue and red version and several other styles. They expect to sell about 50,000 commemorative bats. They can be purchased at the factory in Louisville or on slugger.com. It's pretty cool.
That's right. They're going to have a big party, by the way, in Chicago today.
Oh, yeah. It's going to get wild there.
Oh, yeah. They've waited 108 years for this one.
They deserve it.
So, yeah, there you go. Okay, feels more like fall. We have big doings around here this weekend with a football game, and there's a basketball game as well.
Yeah.
So let's check in with Micah, see how that weather's going to hold out.
Yeah, it's a huge football game this weekend. This is the weekend. I mean, it's been 6 years. It's been since 2010 since we've actually reached the bowl. But we're going to do it this weekend. We're going to get that 6th win. I can almost guarantee it. I feel it. I don't know why, but I do. 46 degrees there in Moorhead. 49 now in Lexington. So as you're walking out the door, know this. You will need that light coat. You'll need that sweater because there's a little bit of a chill in the air. So the kids going off to the bus stop may be needing that. I tell you this, might even need it this afternoon too. You're talking roughly 60 degrees. Now that is roughly average. But let me tell you this, it's all relative, right? We've been in the 70s and 80s the past several days. So this is going to be a bit of a chill in the air, and that'll take you off into the evening hours. Hot cocoa will be needed for all you people who are going to be working the concession stands out at these high school football games. Grab the hot cocoa, have that in full force because people will want that later on this evening. But it is clear, it looks good, no problems whatsoever. That really goes for the weekend too. It's going to be cool, but it will be dry for everybody. Any 5Ks going on, any yard sales happening, you'll actually be there in the 30s. For tomorrow morning. So it's going to be a very cold start tomorrow morning, but we rise very rapidly, finishing off right there around average at 62 degrees. Sunday looks pretty good at 65. Remember, that UK football game, we're actually looking at temperatures at kickoff right there in the upper 50s, so it's going to be a little bit chilly. On Sunday, we got the UK versus Asbury game. That's at 7 p.m. downtown. So if you're heading off into there, that's going to be a little bit cool, but nonetheless, you're inside, so you'll be all right. Hey, don't forget, follow me on Twitter. How cool is this shot? Peak fall colors I haven't really seen them much around here. There's some spots over in eastern Kentucky and southeastern Kentucky that look beautiful, like this one out of Lee County. That's at KentuckyGirl_UK. Appreciate that shot very much out of Lee County early this morning. Really, really neat shot on my Twitter page, Micah Harris WX. Your 7-day forecast, 60 degrees today. We get a little bit better there for the weekend. Don't forget, you're going to switch those clocks back Saturday night into Sunday morning. And it's going to be a pretty chilly start waking up there Saturday and Sunday morning in the 30s. I will tell you this, I don't see any chance of us reaching the 80s anytime soon. This only goes out to Thursday, this 7-day forecast. But if it went out to Saturday and Sunday, you're going to see some pretty cold air. This may be the coldest air we have seen so far this fall.
That's
so it's
okay.
coming next weekend, not so much this week.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, it's all right.
You're pulling a little Chris Bailey on us
Yeah,
there.
right.
Uh-oh, he loves winter.
I know.
Loves it, man.
He does.
Loves it.
Well, it's going to get here. We
you
know.
go.
All right, it's been a warm one so far. Thank you, Micah. 6:10 is our time this morning.
And each morning we bring you weather and traffic together.
Let's check in with Officer Don and see what's happening on the roads. And there he is, back from Nashville. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Well, not a lot happening right now. Traffic actually looks good on the Circle and the Interstate. We're off to a pretty good start on the exit ramps off I-75, including Winchester Road, Paris Pike, and Newtown Pike. Let's get a look outside at overall traffic flow this morning. Keep you up to date on what's happening with a live look, and we can see that no major problems on Nicholasville Road. Also inbound from Alumni, we're in pretty good shape too. Now, as far as drive times go, pretty good shape at the moment. Coming in from Nicholasville looks pretty normal, and we're okay on the north side of town. We'll keep you up to date throughout the morning. Now back to you in the studio.
All right, thank you very much. Everybody be alert and safe out there. We've had some bad accidents here lately,
Yes.
you know. Yeah, really. More news coming up on WKYT this morning on your Friday.
Still to come, with just a few days left before the election, both presidential candidates are using surrogates and star power in their final push.
And we'll have details on a party today, a little get-together in Chicago. Hey, they've been waiting more than a century for this one. We'll have the details coming up on WKYT.
Welcome back into WKYT this morning. The time now is 6:15 on your Friday. Well, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump are both getting some help to get voters out to the polls in key battleground states.
Yeah, they're turning to stars. Clinton campaigned alongside Bernie Sanders and Pharrell Williams in North Carolina last night, while Trump got a boost from his wife Melania in Pennsylvania. She made a speech there. A CBS News New York Times poll just out shows Clinton leading Trump nationally by just 3 points. Authorities are still searching for the boyfriend of a South Carolina woman who went missing back in August. Police found Kayla Brown alive at a home in Woodruff yesterday. She was chained by the neck inside a container. Todd Cole-Heppel, a registered sex offender, is now facing kidnapping charges in connection to that incident.
A rare sight on the Strip, the Paris Las Vegas Resort Casino remains closed this morning following a power outage. Hotel officials say a contractor caused the outage after accidentally cutting into the building's main power line. Thousands of guests and gamblers had to be evacuated. Hotel officials have not said when the power will be restored. They announced on their Twitter page that crews are still working to resolve the issue. Well, thousands of people are expected to line the streets of the Windy City today for a victory parade honoring the Chicago Cubs. The Cubs defeated the Cleveland Indians 8-7 in Game 7 of the World Series. It's the team's first win in 108 years, so they definitely deserve to celebrate.
Just carrying those parking barriers around.
I know.
I'm telling you what. Well, they are ready. You know, it's going to be someday there in Chicago today. 6:17 is the time. It is Jobs Day on Wall Street. That's important across America. The government will release its October employment report before the opening bell this morning. Economists expect solid job growth and the unemployment rate to tick down to 4.9%. A positive report makes it more likely that the Fed will raise interest rates next month. Well, Fitbit is slowing down. The fitness tracker's stock sank to a record low yesterday after a disappointing earnings report. The market for wearable devices is competitive and shaky. The research firm IDC says global sales have been sharply lower than a year earlier. If you've always wanted someone around you to answer all of your questions throughout the day, then Google's new Home Smart Speaker may be for you. It can wake you up in the morning, it can give you the weather forecast and control your smart gadgets as well, all powered by Google Search. This device goes for $129. Google is releasing Home nearly 2 years after Amazon launched its popular Echo smart speaker. So interesting to see how many people give that a try. Okay, Nutella. You know, it's good stuff, right? Well, it no longer wants to be classified as a dessert topping. Instead, the maker wants to make it changed over to a spread like jam or honey. It's a bid by Ferraro, the company, to lower the serving size on its labels in the United States. Ferraro argues that people are no longer using the spread for dessert like they did back in the 90s. Instead, it says the majority now use it on toast, so they're using smaller portions. The FDA has not made a decision yet on that possible reclassification.
I think it makes sense. That's how I use my Nutella.
Well,
so I think that makes perfect sense.
Well, why don't you just slam the gavel down and the rules
I will.
made? There you go.
They haven't asked me yet, but maybe they will.
Maybe they'll get around to that.
WKYT This Morning is just getting started. Still ahead, a 2-year-old tweet is causing social media users to lose their minds. See how it came eerily close to predicting this year's World Series.
We got the 40s and 50s outside early this morning. It's a bit of a chilly start, and as we go throughout your day, it's going to be much cooler than the past several days. I'm going to show you that, and also that weekend forecast that's coming up.
Welcome back into WKYT This Morning. It's 6:22, and it is your Friday.
I know. Thank goodness for that.
There you go. Yeah. We have a lot happening this morning.
Oh, yeah. Kentucky is now under a statewide emergency as wildfires continue to spread in parts of the state.
That's what's trending this hour at WKYT News. Several fires are burning dangerously close to homes in eastern Kentucky. The Kentucky National Guard is now helping battle the flames in several areas. Smoke, of course, obviously a concern in many of those areas. So far, state officials say more than 6,000 acres have burned.
Suzanne Whitlow has now been booked into the Fayette County Detention Center. According to her arrest citation, police say she drove onto the sidewalk of South Upper Street and hit Louisville Police Detective Jason Schweitzer and UK employee Timothy Moore. Both men died following the crash. Whitlow is charged with manslaughter and DUI.
Richmond police and much of the community will pause and pay tribute to a fallen officer this morning. Today marks the 1-year anniversary since Richmond police officer Daniel Ellis was shot in the line of duty. A moment of silence will be held at 10:36. That's the exact time that Officer Ellis's call for help came in. Now check your weather forecast for the weekend. Lots happening, and it's going to feel like fall, Micah, right?
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are okay with it. I'll tell you this, I hate to be excited about the weekend forecast because we're sitting there in the 60s. We got a lot of sunshine. Looks good. It's not all that bad. But we need that. We need an absolute widespread just washout. That's what we need for you guys in South and Southeastern Kentucky. Unfortunately, yesterday was the only saving grace I see in the 7-day forecast, and that didn't do too much. So hopefully we can get that taken care of down toward the south. 60 degrees by the afternoon. We'll even have a little wind today, 5 to 15 miles per hour, which will not help those brush fires down south and southeast. Keep that in mind. The breakdown of the countdown for all the days, all the way until time change. We got 2 days, Saturday night into Sunday morning. That's when we actually see time change. Until Thanksgiving, guys, 19 days, and Christmas. We're only 50 days out until the big day there on the 25th.
That says a lot.
It really does, doesn't it? Oh, reality check.
50 days till Christmas. Okay. Rolling up on 6:25 right now. We've been talking throughout this week. It took more than a century, but the Chicago Cubs finally are the world champions. And who would have predicted that?
Well, it appears someone actually did, and it's causing a storm on social media. One Twitter user is getting a lot of credit for predicting very specifically the World Series matchup way back in 2014. Now, on November 4th, 2014, Twitter user @RaisFanGeo made an impressive prediction that in the 2016 World Series, the Cubs would face the Indians in extra innings after tying in Game 7. Is that not crazy?
It's pretty unbelievable.
All right, what's even creepier is that the tweet also predicted the apocalypse. Okay, got real there. Saying the world would end with the end of the game. Thankfully, that part of the tweet was incorrect.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Glad all that didn't work out.
Yeah. And speaking of coming full circle, one Twitter user's grandpa is making good on a 32-year-old promise thanks to the Cubs.
32 years ago, the fan put a beer in his fridge, vowing not to drink it until the Cubs were champs. Well, decades later, Papa has made good on that deal. You don't actually see him drink it, but after that many years, probably it tasted like sweet victory for him, right?
Maybe. I'm going to go with no. Gross. Good for him, though. I'm glad he came through. You know what I'm saying?
Might have been a little flat, but
just a little.
There you go. All right, good to have you with us on WKYT this morning on your Friday, and all of our top stories are coming right up.
When WKYT This Morning returns, the city of Lexington is seeing an alarming number of pedestrians being hit and killed. What you can do to stay safe is coming up at 6:30.
Tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is $47 million, and tomorrow's Powerball jackpot is now $217 million. Keep it here with us on WKYT.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. It's Friday, and we're so glad you're on WKYT. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Andrea Walker. It's great to have you with us on this November 4th, and it is a busy one in our newsroom.
A lot going on as we head for the weekend. Now at 6:30, Kentucky is under a state of emergency this morning. Details on how state officials are planning to try to attack these dozens of wildfires burning across the Commonwealth.
Richmond Police will honor a fallen officer today. How you can take part in the tribute to Officer Daniel Ellis just ahead.
And a fast food giant is making a big change to one of its big menu items. We're going to have details on that for you.
And as you can see, we are all rocking our blue today because we have a big football game this weekend,
Right.
you all, and it's going to feel good for it, isn't it?
We're going bowling.
Going bowling. That's what we've been
We've
saying.
decided.
I'm talking about this,
You know what
all
I'm
right?
saying?
I'm talking about we're going bowling. I'm telling you, for the first time since 2010, everybody's feeling it. 49 degrees right now in Lexington, 46 in Mount Sterling. It's a cool start this morning, and you know what? For that football game, it'll be cool too. I'll show you that forecast in just a few minutes. But we're at 60 degrees later on this afternoon, mostly sunny skies. It looks good. It doesn't feel that great, just due to the fact we've been in the 70s and 80s the past several days. And really, it's all relative. So now you're talking about average temperatures, but you're also talking about it feeling much, much cooler. Take you off into high school football time. You're looking at temperatures there in the 40s and 50s. It's going to be a pretty chilly game in store. And then we head towards your weekend, finally feeling like it should feel outside. But like I said, that's going to be on the cooler side of things. We may even have some frost later on this weekend. I'll show you when you can expect that coming up.
Just hard to get used to, given where we've been, right?
It is.
Let's get to the news now.
Well, we, along with much of the state, are on fire watch this morning as several large wildfires are continuing to burn, and the governor has now stepped in.
Governor Matt Bevin has declared a statewide emergency, and the Kentucky National Guard has been activated. 2 Black Hawk helicopters and 1 Lakota chopper are now helping in this fight against these fires. Michelle Chamberlain now at the WKYT Alert Desk with some new details. Michelle?
Yeah, with so many fires burning, the Kentucky Emergency Operations Center is activated this morning. A forestry official says they brief every morning to try and figure out ways to contain these fires and stay up to date on their plans. There are several fires still burning across eastern Kentucky. You can see smoke and ash as you drive down the highway in Harlan County. Forestry crews are trying to knock out a 1,500-acre fire in the county near the Letcher County line. Some schools have been canceled in Pike County, and the fires are getting extremely close to homes. The National Guard deployed choppers carrying 600-gallon buckets to drop water on the fires. They say more than 6,000 acres have burned since it all began. Some people are worried about their homes.
Last night we sat up all night watching it, and this morning it was around my house.
Whenever the wind picks up, you just can't do anything with it. All you see is just flames and smoke.
An Andrea state employee says this is the first time wildfires have caused a state of emergency since 2001.
All right, Michelle, thank you very much. The Daniel Boone National Forest has issued an emergency order that restricts how fire can be used in the forest. Until further notice, all open fires outside of developed recreation areas in the forest are banned. In campgrounds and picnic areas, you can only have a campfire if it's in an existing metal fire ring or in a pedestal grill. You also can't use candles or any open flame device outside of recreation areas. Anyone who violates that order could be fined. 14 Kentucky counties have now issued burn bans. You can find a list right now on WKYT.com. You can also keep up with the latest information on these wildfires right on your smartphone with the WKYT News app.
The time this morning is 6:34 on WKYT.
And today will be a somber anniversary. Today marks 1 year since Richmond police officer Daniel Ellis was shot in the line of duty.
Officer Ellis was shot while investigating a robbery, and he died 2 days later. This morning, Richmond police will be holding a moment of silence for the fallen officer. It will be taking place at the Richmond Police Department. You're looking at it live this morning as preparations are getting underway for this event. Will be at 10:36, the exact time of when Officer Ellis was shot. Over the last year, Ellis's wife, Katie, has been determined to keep her husband's legacy alive through the Daniel Ellis Foundation.
We've helped families who have lost their homes to fire. We've helped community members who have a hard time paying medical bills.
On Sunday, there will be a flag football game, the 6th annual Turkey Bowl, between Richmond officers and firefighters, and Ellis' son Luke will be a part of that event. You can find out how you can get involved in the game or details on how you can donate to the Daniel Ellis Foundation. There's something you can do right now at WKYT.com. It's really been something to see how the community has supported Luke and of course, his mom through all of this. Well, almost a week after 2 pedestrians were hit and killed in Lexington, we've finally gotten our hands on the driver's arrest citation, and there's some new info there.
Suzanne Whitlow, seen behind us, has been in the hospital since Saturday's crash that killed a UK employee and a detective with the Louisville Police Department. WKYT's Lauren Miner picked up Whitlow's arrest citation overnight. Lauren, what new details do we know this morning?
Good morning, Andrea. Well, right here is the arrest citation that's giving us those new details. In the citation, it states that Whitlow admitted to police to drinking multiple vodka and cranberries before the accident on Saturday. The citation also states that Whitlow drove up on the sidewalk and hit the 2 men. Whitlow had been in the hospital since early Saturday morning when police say she hit and killed UK employee Timothy Moore and Louisville detective Jason Schweitzer on South Upper Street. A jail spokesperson says Whitlow was booked into the Fayette County Jail yesterday around 4 p.m., but then taken back to the hospital for more medical care. She is still considered an inmate, though, while in the hospital. Lexington police have charged Whitlow with 2 counts of second-degree manslaughter and 1 count of DUI. Now, even though Whitlow was taken back to the hospital, she is supposed to appear here in district court later on today. Reporting live in Lexington, Lauren Miner, WKYT.
New on WKYT this morning, some homeowners helped police catch 3 people who they say broke into their home overnight. The couple heard their garage door opening around 2:30 this morning and found some strangers in their home near Liberty Elementary. They chased them off, and police say they found the suspects in a car in the school's parking lot. All 3 ran from police but were eventually caught. 2 of the 3 are facing charges this morning.
And this morning, we're getting our first look at a man accused of robbing a Lexington pharmacy. Christopher Sullivan is charged with robbery. Police say he stole pills from the Rite Aid pharmacy in the Palomar Center last night. He was arrested on Burley Avenue, where, according to his arrest citation, he admitted to the crime and showed police where he had hidden the pills. He also showed police the BB gun that he used to pull off the crime.
8 pedestrians have been killed this year in Lexington. Police say that's one of the highest numbers in the last 20 years. The latest happened yesterday morning. Police say 26-year-old Dylan Hahn was hit by a car while trying to cross Richmond Road. Hahn later died at the hospital. Just this year alone, Lexington police say they've worked 41 deadly crashes. That's the most since 1985.
We don't have a specific underlying factor that would point us to exactly what's causing this. But the vast majority of the collisions that we are seeing involving pedestrians are people that aren't using the crosswalk or that are distracted.
Police also say a lot of the crashes are happening when it's dark outside. They're now urging people to use crosswalks and follow signals. Police also encourage pedestrians to walk opposite of traffic and always stay alert. The legal fight between the University of Kentucky and the Kentucky Colonel is on our radar today. That's because the case is going before a judge this afternoon. The Colonel, UK's student-run newspaper, requested documents related to a sexual assault investigation involving a former professor, but the university denied that request. Today, we expect a judge will set a court date to hear arguments. That's scheduled to happen at 1 o'clock. And of course, if anything develops with this story, we will have updates on air, online, and on your phone on the WKYT News app.
Well, Lexington Mayor and U.S. Senate candidate Jim Gray is going to be campaigning across Kentucky today. Gray will start the day at Bluegrass Stockyards in Richmond for a meet and greet. He will also campaign in Louisville and in Covington today. Gray will be in Richmond in just a couple of hours. At 8:30 this morning is where he'll be starting out. By the way, Gray is doubling down with the tart words he used in Monday night's debate with Rand Paul. He put out a list of what he calls, here's a quote now from Gray, Paul's top 10 wackiest wild-ass ideas. A political science expert at UK says Gray's use of lively language has gotten attention that the underdog candidate needed just before the election.
He used the phrase wild-ass philosophies and theories, which got a lot of attention, maybe the most attention the Senate race has received the whole time. It's sad that, a mild cuss word is what it takes to get people talking about a U.S. Senate race.
Voss and Secretary of State Allison Lundergan Grimes are the guests on a pre-election edition of Kentucky Newsmakers, and you can see that Sunday morning. First airing is at 6 o'clock on Sunday morning on WKYT, and it repeats at 10 on the CW.
Do we have your attention? I think we got people's attention this morning.
Right. Well, there's a company in town with a name as well.
That's true. A fan company, I believe.
Right. Okay. Wildcat fans are in for another big weekend of sports. The UK football and basketball teams are both in action.
The football team will host Georgia tomorrow night in Commonwealth Stadium. It's a big game for the Cats. They're riding a 3-game winning streak and are looking to pick up a 6th win to become bowl eligible. Micah thinks it's going to happen. You can see the Cats and the Dogs kick off tomorrow night at 7:30 on the SEC Network.
And the UK basketball team will play their second exhibition game that will be Sunday against the Asbury Eagles. The game starts at 7 at Rupp Arena. It will also air on the SEC Network. So a good opportunity for Asbury to get some attention as well.
That's my hometown, so I'm a little bit, I don't know who to cheer for. I'm torn, you all.
You're
I love them both.
A winner either way.
That's right.
There you go.
All
Okay.
right, let's check to see how traffic is moving this morning.
And let's go check in with Officer Don in Live Drive Traffic. He's out there at 98.1 The Bull, back from Music City. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, gang. We do have a stalled car on the exit ramp right now. It's from the outer loop of the circle to Tates Creek at the bottom of the ramp. So it's still open, just sort of a tight squeeze to get past that. The circle itself looks pretty good on the inner and outer loops, even past Versailles Road. Let's get a look outside at overall traffic flow this morning, give you an idea what to expect as you plan to head out the door and your drive times. To Nicholasville, 13 minutes. Georgetown, 15, and Richmond, we're averaging 22. Now back to you in the studio.
Don, we thank you very much, and we hope you'll stay with us on WKYT this morning on your Friday. We have a lot more news on the way.
Still ahead, a college student is the victim of an ad theft, and now he's getting a sweet surprise to make up for it. We'll find out what that is right after Micah's forecast.
We have the 40s and 50s outside early this morning, and as we head towards your afternoon, it's going to be much cooler than what you have felt past several days, and we're talking about potential frost this weekend. I'm going to go over that, show you that weekend forecast coming up.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
We're in the 40s and 50s outside early this morning. It's not a cold start, but it is a bit chilly, especially compared to where we have been the past few days. We're 46 right now in Mount Sterling. The area that I see that cold air trying to just seep on in, that's the northern zones, central zones, and now trying to edge its way down toward the south. As now you can see those blue colors changing there in Lincoln County. So Crab Orchard, Waynesburg, you're starting to feel it. It's 45 right now in Boyle County. Now as we go through your day, mid 40s, upper 40s to start off with. Kids going off to the bus stop more than likely will need that light coat by the afternoon. They may need it then too. You're talking roughly 60 degrees. That's coming from the 80s the past few days. We've broken records 3 out of the past 5 days. So that just goes to show you that it's going to be a bit of a change in the air once you step out the door early this morning and towards your afternoon. Off towards your weekend, I'll actually be there in the 60s too. And check this out. Did you know this? Since October 1st, out of the 33 days from then till now, you're looking at 25 of those days being above 70 degrees. That's a lot of warm air for fall, for October, for November. That's not typical. Typical is there in the lower 60s, and we'll actually do that the next couple of days. We'll stay right there around, I would say, anywhere from 59 to about 64, 65 degrees today. We go throughout the night and into tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, those 5Ks, the yard sales, any of those events you have going on tomorrow morning, know this. it is going to be very, very chilly. We're sitting there in the 30s, maybe some patchy frost here and there. Sunny skies for all, though, and that'll allow us to heat up pretty rapidly in toward the afternoon. Back in the low 60s there for your Saturday, and that's at 4 to 5 p.m., which means much of your day is going to be in the 50s. It'll be on the cooler side of things, but you're going to have a lot of sunshine. Then we head off into Saturday evening. Big football game. We're going to go bowling. I'm telling you, man. I've said it since Monday. We're going bowling this weekend after we win against UGA. Daylight saving time ends that night, so you might be able to stay up a little bit later, party a little bit harder, and you're sitting there setting your clocks back an hour Saturday night because Sunday morning at 2 a.m., daylight saving time, it ends. You get an extra hour of sleep. That sounds pretty good, right? And then you look towards your sunrise at 7:10 and your sunset at 5:33. Some people are really excited about it. I'll be honest, I have a neighborhood filled with kids, okay? And all these kids, man, they're always wanting to play football in my front yard. And my little man runs out there and we just have a blast. Now the sun sets at 5:33 there on Sunday and off into next week and really the next couple of months. And yeah, it's just kind of a bummer to me, I'll be honest. And I like that it goes down early because then I don't have to fall asleep when the sun's up.
Right.
But you just don't get to play outside much. A lot of people get home after 5:30 and just getting home in the dark.
It's all a
It's just,
balance.
yeah.
Then again, the kids don't have to wait in the
Right.
mornings at
Exactly.
the bus stops in the dark so much.
I
So,
like it.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just going to say that. I like it. And probably all of these people watching us early in the morning, they like it too, right?
Absolutely.
Like getting a little sleep.
There
All
you
right.
go.
Thank you very much. Our time this morning is 6:48, and a Kansas State student gets a sweet surprise that he shares with hundreds of other students.
This is pretty cool. Earlier this week, we told you about Hunter Jobbins. A thief broke into the student's car and took just one thing, a Kit Kat bar. Left all the money, but he took that Kit Kat bar. The thief left behind an apology note that went viral. The makers of Kit Kat even saw the tweet. They sent Hunter 6,500 candy bars to replace the stolen one, and now Hunter is thanking his Kit Kat thief.
And I'd love to just, give him a hug for doing all this for me because it turned out to be really cool.
Doing all this, stealing my candy. Hunter did give away most of those candy bars. He says he's now going to focus a little more on school and a little less on candy from now on.
Yeah.
Probably a good idea, but I love that they did that.
Well, that story took a nice
Such
turn.
a funny story. I mean, I've never heard, I just couldn't help it. Saw that candy, I had to have it.
Was hungry.
I feel that.
All right. 6:49 the time on WKYT, and your Friday morning, and CBS This Morning with all the latest from around the world is coming up in just a few minutes.
Keep it here on WKYT.
Coming up, what intelligence reports indicate about a possible terror attack on Monday. The latest on the threat information. Plus, we'll look at potential paths to victory for each of the presidential candidates. More real news coming up on CBS This Morning, next.
Hey, good morning. Welcome back in. WKYT This Morning, live from Lexington at 6:52 on your Friday.
Firefighters are in desperate need of some rain, and new details about a deadly crash in Lexington.
That's some of what's making headlines this morning. WKYT's Michelle Chamberlain joining us now with a look at what's trending on the web. Hello there again.
Good morning. Kentucky is under a state of emergency this morning because of several large wildfires burning across the Commonwealth. The Kentucky National Guard has been activated, and forestry officials meet every morning to figure out a plan of action. Stories about containing these fires are trending on WKYT.com. Also on our website, new details emerge about the woman charged in a deadly DUI crash that killed a Louisville police officer and a UK employee. Read about what she told police after the accident on WKYT.com. And a big sports weekend in Kentucky this weekend. UK could become bowl eligible if they beat Georgia at Commonwealth tomorrow night. To see the forecast for the game, just head on over to our website, WKYT.com.
We'll be on top of all of it. Thank you.
All right, well, drug cartels are now using homemade aircrafts and drones to deliver narcotics over the U.S.-Mexico border.
But Border Patrol is using some high-flying technology to track down the drugs and the bad guys. Chris Martinez went to the border in Arizona to see how that works.
One of the most powerful tools to protect the border is suspended high above the Arizona desert. Agents call it their eye in the sky.
We fly as close to 24/365 as we can.
The Tethered Aerostat Radar System, or TARS, monitors the entire U.S.-Mexico border. 6 blimps from Arizona to Texas carry specialized radar that can detect aircraft flying too low for conventional radar to see. That includes drones and these homemade low-flying planes smugglers use to deliver drugs over the border.
That's the control?
Yeah, this is the steering, just like a hang glider.
Agents say some aircraft are equipped with drop baskets like this, so smugglers can dump their payload mid-air to cartel members inside the U.S.
Our law enforcement operators that see that on the radar will then engage and get the drugs, get the bad guys that are waiting for the drugs.
The TARS radar images are sent to this military base in California, where detection officers watch for potential threats.
I'm going to zoom in, and my focus is going to be for what doesn't seem right in this area.
Break left for runway 21 left. Once something is spotted, Border Patrol teams can be in the air within 3 minutes.
Mexico's northernmost border right here.
Agents say smugglers often risk flying dangerously low to deliver their drugs.
This is how close some of them will fly to these mountains. Yes. Yeah, they'll hug the mountains really close just to try to break up their profile.
If a smuggler makes it over the border, agents say the TARS technology helps track down the drugs before it gets into the wrong hands. Chris Martinez, CBS News, Yuma, Arizona.
Interesting. We'll see how it all works out. Fans can now pay tribute to boxing legend Muhammad Ali in Louisville.
Ali's gravesite at Cave Hill Cemetery is now open to the public. The granite monument bears his name and his quote, "Service to others is the rent you pay for your room in heaven." Ali picked the location and specific plot back in 2008, and to make it welcoming, he wanted 2 benches installed for visitors.
One of the first visitors was his brother,
Yeah.
who we see there visiting the site.
Well, first McDonald's added all-day breakfast. Now it's adjusting its iconic Big Mac.
Switching things up, the fast food chain is adding 2 new Big Mac options next year. A smaller Mac Jr. that's easier to eat on the go, and a bigger Grand Mac. That's just when the regular size just won't do.
Hey, that happens
Right?
sometimes.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, over in the NBA, where 2 former Wildcats had a big game last night, a couple of big games. In game number 1, DeMarcus Cousins scored 33 points for the Sacramento Kings in a losing effort, and Willie Cauley-Stein also played 25 minutes for the Kings, adding 4 points. Then later on in the evening, Karl Anthony Towns scored 32 points and had 14 rebounds, but his Timberwolves also lost to the Denver Nuggets. Terrence Jones also got into the game for the T-Wolves, playing 18 minutes and scoring 2 points.
Go Cats. Love seeing them do well.
Watch the former Cats, isn't it? All right, into the weekend we go, and let's check in with Micah for that weather.
Yeah, it's going to be much cooler, right around 60 degrees later on this afternoon. Kids will need a coat before they take off early this morning. May need it later on this afternoon. High school football looks good. It's just going to be chilly tomorrow morning in the 30s. Guys, if you're setting up your tailgate tomorrow morning, it is going to be cold, but you know what? We'll be right there around 52 degrees there and kick off a nice look.
Love it.
Rocking that blue. Nobody's more up to date than you. Thank you for being on WKYT.
Have a good weekend.